Hey, Zach Show.
Hey, this is Zach Show Live. How
This
you
is
doing? That's all.
Hey, this is all, folks. Welcome to That's All, folks. The Anchor podcast that probably nobody's listening to.
The Anchor podcast that everybody needs to be listening to.
Honestly, like if you're listening to these, just not you don't even have to like say anything. Just something. Just let me know if you're listening. Like I did. I just like I don't know. Fave it, comment. I just want to know. Like
Yeah.
I don't care if you hate it. I mean, I guess you're not. Why are you listening to it if you hate it? But like, yeah. So this is a show where Zach and I just call each other because Anchor came out with this interface where you could just call the other people on Anchor, and then when you're done talking, it'll be a podcast. A little bit too easy to make a podcast.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I saw you call earlier. I stayed up late again watching embroidery videos, and when you called earlier, I was like, I can't do it. I can't talk.
Damn. Yeah,
I almost did.
that was the Morning Griddle. That was another episode of the Morning Griddle. I had some ham frying up in the pan.
Yeah, I just was like, no, I can't.
Yeah, what I wanted to bring up today was an issue that I'm having, and I wanted to know if maybe you had some kind of solution to this problem.
Okay.
So, I have this cat.
Yeah.
And as you know, all animals, including us, go through certain cycles, hormones change, and there are certain things that happen to the body that cause a bit of change within the biology of an animal. Basically, I have a cat that has gone into heat, and I don't know what to do morally. Do I need to get this cat spayed, or is that wrong? Is that declawing? Is that in the same family? Is it cruel to be taking away these sexual liberties from this organism?
Yeah, I think it is.
Do you think it is what?
So what's going on?
Well, this cat, it's just rubbing on everything. I really think it just, it wants to, it wants to basically mate. I think it's it's just a natural instinct. This animal is being called from the mother cat to reproduce and become a mother of its own.
It's funny you asked this because I've been dealing with this a lot lately too. I'm living with a cat that she's just gone into heat. The same thing. She's rubbing on everything. She's like walking around the house like sticking her butt up in the air, just like begging for it.
Is that like fish blah, blah, kind of sound? Is that like the equivalent of just like a human moan? Is that just like the equivalent of someone just walking around like
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh God, fuck me.
Yeah, yeah. and it's like really weird because like I was looking online about like why she keeps following me around. Like, is it because I'm a male? Like, is she directed by male hormones? Like, are my male hormones attract? Like, can the cat pick up on them too, or is she attracted to them? And it's just like, what do you do?
Is she? Yeah.
So I did look it up. Like, of course, the first thought is spay and neuter the cat. That's what everybody says, and I'm like, yeah, that is probably what's going to happen. But let's like look into like what are the
what do they even
like,
clip there?
Like for instance,
do they just clip some like tube?
It's a great question. I don't really know. I'm not really sure what this. That's one thing I was looking it up. But like one thing I thought about when why I was like I second guessed myself. I was like thinking about recently how I had that dream about how I had my foreskin started growing back
Hmm.
because as regular Christian Catholic, I don't really know, Western people, when we were born, we got our wiener skin snipped off by the doctor for some reason. They say it's like a hygienic thing, whatever, but it's so stupid. Like, I mean, I've seen uncircumcised wieners, and I don't actually like the way they look, to be honest. But I do think
Mm.
that it was fucking rude that they just snipped that off because of like a cultural thing.
Yeah, my hypothesis for that is they just have like a whole bunch of foreskins and they just put them on a pan, like lightly salt them, kind of like pumpkin seed, and they
Hmm.
just put them in like the break room for all like the employees of the hospital.
I've heard that, and foreskin has a bunch of stem cells in it. So if you eat those, anything that's going wrong in your body, like you got say you got a bum ticker, bad heart,
Hmm.
you eat a couple foreskins, those will go straight to the heart, and it'll be almost like you have a newborn baby's heart. Not like a small heart, but just like pumping fresh and healthy.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
thinking, why, if I feel bad about if I, I let the medical community stomp on my foreskin, why am I
Hmm.
going to just blindly listen to popular advice and tie these tubes? So I googled it. Do you want me to read the I read it to you before, the
Yeah.
paragraph that I read online about what to do about
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hear
what to
it.
do about I put it in my Slack. I have a Slack room, like a Slack,
Just a
the
chat,
chat
what chat
service.
room, right? Chat room
I
with
and there's
people.
yeah, I have like a bunch of people that like people that are like video producer, editor, whatever people. And we have a bunch of rooms in our Slack called like there's like goofs, inspiration, jams, NYC, personal project, politics, post your work, some personal news. There's a bunch of rooms, and I put this in the goofs room with no response.
You still got no response for that?
Yeah, I googled, is it always right to spay or neuter a cat? Like, what are the other options? And within this article, here's what it said: female cats are induced ovulators. This means they release eggs in response to coitus. An unspayed female cat will come back into heat incessantly until she mates, or until her body thinks she is mated. Owners of unspayed female cats have four choices: spay her, suffer continuous heats, breed her, accidentally or intentionally, or lure her body into pseudo pregnancy. So you're like, well, it's pseudo pregnancy. Okay, yeah, okay. The last option may sound attractive, but don't jump too fast. The recommended method is to moisten a Q-tip and use it to stimulate the cat's vulva until she ovulates. If you're lucky, that will buy you 2 months of heat-free time. So I don't know if there's people out there actually doing this, moistening a Q-tip and fucking their cat.
I like that as like if you're lucky you'll get two
Yeah,
months, but like if you
maybe.
have a horny ass cat,
Yeah,
like
it'll
you're
be
lucky to
back in
get
2 weeks.
2 hours. Yeah.
And like I was just thinking like there's all those like new like TaskRabbit sites and like Fiverr. Like I'm just gonna somebody who's just like willing to do like random odd tasks for people. So
You're like here,
here's
you're
the
just like
Q-tip.
you're just like, hi, I'm Caleb. I'm here to fuck your cat. You're like, yep, okay, and just in the bathroom over there. You're just like, let me.
Zach Show.
Yeah.
That speak of the devil Kyle just called me, and that's what glitched out my phone and made it drop.
Damn.
And I tried to add him to this call. Wait, why did I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, so yeah, I just thought it'd be funny to call somebody on one of those or like use one of those TaskRabbit sites to be like, so I just need somebody to stimulate my cat's vulva. I mean, if this could be a reoccurring thing, we could schedule something for in about 2 months. She'll be back here about 6 times a year.
I'm gonna need someone that's, just, pretty good with their hands. They can they have a knack for, a real knack for, I'm trying to think of like what kind of like game I could like, I don't know. They got a real, I don't know. I don't want to get too vulgar in this.
Yeah,
but I just like the idea of like they have like call TaskRabbit and they're like, oh yeah, we got the guy.
Oh, you mean like TaskRabbit date? Like they're like looking at all their workers.
Yeah.
I think it'd just be like a Craigslist thing. I don't really actually know how it works. It's just like a list of do that. I'm not sure what the
Maybe.
post would be. Like cat loving.
It's like, well, we have like you got like if someone come over in their furry costume, like, yeah, okay, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's probably some people that be into it, right? Like, I don't know.
Probably, yeah. Really. I think there would be some people that would be into it.
Yeah, it's just really uncomfortable, I gotta say, because the cat is just like it. She's unrelenting. Will not leave me alone. I had to put her in the like she was just like I was just trying to do some embroidery and stuff, and she was just like all over it, like everywhere in my face. So I put her in like underneath the cabinet in the kitchen for a little bit, just with like the pots and pans. Let her hang out in there for about a half hour. I put her under there for a half hour, just let her chill down, like the chill down tent.
Jeez.
But as soon as I let her out, it was back to normal, like back to her old horned up self. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do, but I'm probably just gonna get her spayed. It's just kind of weird. Like, I guess cats, if you don't get them spayed, all they do all their life is like have babies. Like that's all they do. Like if they're not pregnant currently, they're trying to get pregnant. And so when you spay them,
to be honest, I think that's maybe how some people
yeah,
are.
that is how some people are. But it's weird because when you get them spayed, it's like if that was your life, if your life was fucking and getting pregnant, it's like it's almost like in some ways you free them from the chains of their sex drive.
Yeah.
But in other ways, it's like what are they now? If that's all they were.
What is your destiny? What is your life for? I mean, I guess you're just supposed to be a companion.
If all your life is all about fucking, and I took that away from you, is that right?
I don't know. I don't think it's. I mean,
should I tell you? Should I pitch my idea for my product?
Yeah.
Is that why you?
But I want to say
this up.
Yeah. Oh, we actually talked about this the other
Zach,
day.
if this conversation seems weird, it's because we had this exact conversation.
It was a planted conversation. But I just want to say, I don't think you're taking away its right to fuck. I mean, you are, but like when you take that cat in, you're kind of taking away you're already taking away its like freedom, I guess, in a way. And when you adopt a cat or a dog, you've taken ownership of that animal, so you're taking care of that. So
you think that you're saying that once you own it, it's the idea of like preserving its own freedom is already gone.
Yeah,
And so
basically the
taking its
idea of
sexuality
preserving its
away is
own.
like just one step in a direction that's already it's long. Its freedom is gone. This is not even. I don't know.
It's not really freedom. It's more
But the
just
thing
like
is I heard that
it's
female cats.
natural.
I heard that female cats only really want. They don't really. They need like one city block maybe or less. Like they
Mm-hmm.
don't even need that much room. Whereas male cats need like 5 or 6 blocks. So like I don't know. I don't really agree that just because a cat is in your house that it's not free. Because a cat would probably be doing stuff like this anyway outside. I think it. I don't really think that its life is that much different because it's domesticated. Because
Yeah,
they've been domesticated alongside humans for so long that what their species has changed a bit to live alongside us. They're almost like this is natural almost.
yeah. Well, let's hear your idea.
Well, so like I don't like the idea of sticking
Pseudo.
pseudo pregnant. Well, I mean, I like the idea of pseudo pregnancy, like tricking a cat into thinking they're pregnant when they're not, so they don't have to get
Mm,
spayed, so they can like I don't know, just so they can retain some sort of dignity. I don't know, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to fuck a cat with a Q-tip, and I don't. I think anybody wants to. Like, I think that might be. I mean,
I think if you're okay with that, you're kind of fucked
I
up.
mean, if you want to do that, do that. And I know farmers like they they inject semen into like all their animals. Like that's how they breed them. Like
Hmm.
I don't think they fuck it though. They just sort of inject it and put and squeeze some juice in.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't really fuck it. They kind of. Well, I mean, at least for cows, they literally just stick their fucking arm all the way up there and just stick like a long like metal tube with like a semen stick in it. Uh, but like, I mean, sometimes you do got to get a couple pumps to get your arm in there. I've seen it. It's you go all the way to the shoulder.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's pretty crazy looking.
So my idea is you like the people have cat trees in their house, like a piece of furniture where the cat can climb. Some people have cat scratchers. Some people have little things that you know, you're sometimes you modify your house to accommodate your cat if you're a cat lover.
Yeah, I
You
think
turn
most people do that
so
are.
this is another product along the line those lines. This is this little sort of cat wiener dildo that you would screw into your wall, maybe near the scratching post, near the food dish, just another one of the cat's things. And if she's ever feeling horned up, you can if you see their cats going into heat, maybe maybe the little wall dildo comes with some male cat pheromones in a little
Hmm.
perfume bottle. You spritz those on there. Psh, psh. The cat. You leave the house for the day. You go out and see a movie. You go see. You go see the new Isle of Dogs movie.
Yeah, get out of the house, do
Don't
anything, go to the
do.
grocery store, whatever you had to do to just get out of there for 20 minutes to anywhere from an hour and a half.
And then hopefully by the time you get back, your cat has gone into pseudo pregnancy, and that's that for a couple months.
Yeah,
What
you
do I
just
call the product?
throw
I
the
don't know.
throw the dildo in the washing in the dishwasher and
It's removable.
put
Yeah.
it put it away for the next couple months.
So yeah, I don't know what to call my product, but honestly, I think people would like that product. But I
I
don't know.
think they would too.
I think there's a certain sect of people that would like that product, but if I ever produced it, I would never hear the end of it.
No, you'd have to do it under like a different name.
Yeah, I'd need it.
You'd have to basically create like your own kind of like Jackson Galaxy
Yeah.
like cat name.
Speaking of pseudo pregnancy, I'd need a pseudonym.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's.
So let us know
I
what you
did
guys
think like the
think.
whole time this has been going on, I was thinking like this is a pretty funny topic to talk about, but I wasn't sure if I should. I wasn't sure if I should talk about a cat in heat. I mean, it's something I think anybody who has a female cat will deal with, and
I
it's
think that
weird.
people will be very interested to hear this.
So I would say, if anybody's really interested, what do I title this podcast? What do I do with my cats in heat? I don't
Yeah.
know. Don't get your cat spayed. One solution. I don't know. I don't know if I should sell the product in the description.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that if you guys out there have an opinion, let us know what you think. Do you think that the cat dildo is something that people would use, or is it just maybe something that people would be like
In some ways,
completely uncomfortable with?
In some ways, like, this conversation is even more off limits because of the culture of 2018 and stuff, like just PC culture in general.
Yeah.
But in other ways, this is like sex positive. This is like cats taking back their sex.
Yeah.
This is like, in other ways, this is
what? Go ahead.
I don't know. Yeah, this is maybe some sort of movement for cats themselves.
Yeah.
This is thinking of our pets another way, giving them back some of themselves.
Yeah, I don't think we have the right to pseudo impregnate our cats. I don't think we.
It's
I
like
think we
I
as
think
humans
it's just
should
as
be-
fucked up to fuck your cat as it is to spay it. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. That's another touchy area.
we're still like messing with the cat's sexuality.
Yeah, and like if you are fucking the cat with like, you know, whatever you have, like I don't know whether it's a Q-tip or a carrot or whatever, I don't think that I think that then you're fucking the cat, so the cat's just gonna be like, ooh, like I know how I want to get fucked, like I'm gonna go hang out with this guy because the fuck.
Somebody called me again. Anchor, you have a glitch where if anybody calls while you're recording, it drops
fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up because we're recording on phones. Their first job was to receive and send phone calls. So
yeah, so basically
if you're fucking the cat, you were saying if you're fucking the cat's in love, or you're in a relationship with the cat. Is that what you're starting to?
I think the cat will associate you with the fuck. So the cat's like, oh, I'm horny as hell. Like I'm gonna go fucking stick my puss like around this
You're
person
saying
or my owner
through Pavlovian conditioning. You are
like
the cat's fuck buddy
suitor or whatever.
Yeah, it is weird. Is gluing a dildo to your wall weird?
Yeah, but I mean, at least it's not your fucking attached. At least it's not an appendage of your body. It's not like an extension of your fucking like hand that is attached to a fucking little Q-tip.
Imagine explaining that do you think you're saying you only put the dildo out while it's in heat and then you put it away once you can tell it's gone into pseudo pregnancy?
I mean, I would probably just leave it out. I mean, use it as like a doorstop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people won't know. It's like, what the fuck kind of doorstop is that? It's like, oh, well, it's also a cat dildo.
All right, I'll Google the words cat dildo. I'll see if one exists. I feel like.
I mean, maybe we could just get a small packer, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure just a regular human dildo, there's one that's the right size. Like somebody who likes tiny, like a butt plug, maybe.
Someone who likes like a little cat wiener. Someone who likes getting fucked by cat wieners.
I heard cat wieners have little hairs on them, like sharp hairs, like sharper than, not like, you know, like even your sharpest pubic hairs or your sharpest beard hairs aren't as sharp as these little hairs on the cat wiener.
And I did hear that.
And they're angled toward the body so that it slips in easy. But then as the cat removes the wiener, the sharp hairs tear a bunch of micro cuts in the sides of the vagina walls, and I guess the cat sperm hide in those crevices, in those scratches.
Really?
Isn't that isn't that gross?
Yeah, that's really gross. I was actually gonna guess that's kind of why that would happen, but I was like, I don't know what that. I
Yeah,
don't.
it cuts open a bunch of little
So it's just
slices, and
more of a chance. Oh, I
yeah,
guess that kind of makes sense
yeah,
because then like
it's like a
that
hideout.
because you can also have like a cat like pregnancy with multiple like male multiple parents. You know what I mean? Like multiple dude cats.
Oh, are you saying like?
There's
I mean, I think in general, it's just like it's somewhere for them to hide. It's a crevice for them to go into.
But maybe that's the reason why you can have like multiple like fathers in one like litter of pregnancy.
Yeah, but I've heard that humans can have kids with multiple fathers. I mean, if a woman releases two eggs and
I mean, I guess if you're
like two guys come in her in the same night, like one guy's sperm
yeah.
could make it to one egg and the other guys can make it to the other. I just think it's like cats will fuck back to
Uh
back more than humans will
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
usually. I told you about this before. Native Americans, or I'm not sure which tribe, I don't know, but I've heard that Native Americans, they thought that when a woman would go into heat, she would the strongest guy in the tribe would fuck her, the smartest guy would fuck her, the guy who's best at shooting arrows would fuck her, the best chef. And they thought that if you mixed all the ingredients of the best people together into one girl, that the baby would come out with all of those features, not just one.
Mm, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. Well,
That's it.
all right, guys.
Probably get her spayed though. She's honestly not acting crazy. Like I don't know if she somehow like rubbed on something or like. But I was hoping that she would just like crash into something wiener like around the house
Right.
that would put her into pseudo pregnancy so that I wouldn't have to deal with
Yeah.
this. And really, she's been pretty chilled out all day. So
Mm,
and last night, so it might have happened.
mm. Or maybe like the cycle just ended, right?
Could be. All right, well, I'll let you know what happens on that. And just if you're following along, I took my last microdose today. It I don't think my life has changed at all. Microdosing didn't do anything.
Bummer.
Don't think so. I mean, the first day I did feel pretty hyped up, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, now that I'm off of it, like the next week or so, I'll tell you if I feel like more tired than I did. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're gonna go into a downward spiral now without the freaking without the microns.
I've heard though that the studies that say the people that do it for like a week or a month or so after they stop the changes that they felt in their life, the improved quality of their life remains whether or not they continue the microdosing.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, guess we'll find out.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end it. Sorry, this episode's in three chunks. Thank Anchor for that.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. This is a pretty good episode.
What do you want? What should we call it? What to do if your cat's in heat?
Yeah, I think that's a good name.
All right. Thanks for listening. Rate us and review in iTunes.
Tweet me at Jess Zacher.
Tweet me at Grando Rondo, but you don't know how to spell that, so.
I thought your Twitter was Wonderful Color. No.
No, I should make another one. Go back to that. But yeah, guess rate, review. Tell us if you want. Let us know what topic you want to talk about. If you're on Anchor and you're a fan of the show, let us know, and maybe we'll have you on a future episode. Let you call in. It's really not. Honestly, it's pretty easy. I just add you.
Mm-hmm. And let us know if you guys want to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/trashcast. We'll have some new merch up there pretty soon. And if you have any specific merch ideas, let us know about that. We'll be pumping out some merch here very soon. We're about to send out our first official batch of merch to a couple people, a couple special requests, and really excited about that. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm I think I'm getting good at embroidery. There's a lot of techniques that I'm picking up on. I am innovating in some places. I'm doing some exciting things in the thread world, so definitely stay tuned
yeah,
to my grind.
you're definitely going to want to stay. I would definitely try to get in on the first round of merch because if you have a whole collection, that's going to be worth a lot of money. And if you
Yeah.
do, if you are going to shell something out for the first collection, we're going to probably do a discount for those people for the later collections. So you'll have like an OG discount.
Yeah, because like I'm still kind of learning. I can see that my stuff's not perfect. Once I feel like it's like this is pristine, high quality stuff, I'll maybe charge a little more. But there's like I'm still learning, but that's kind of fun. It looks
Yeah,
nice.
and it'll be nice to have the evolution of the merch.
I was thinking before you called, the thing I was going to ask you about. This is just a normal phone call, so the podcast has ended. You guys can tune out now.
All right, what's up?
I'm just like sick of talking about Wendy Chan all the time, and nobody else reads her, and no one else seems to think like I'm like, yeah, just like the Wendy Chun thing she said. Every day I say something like that to somebody,
Yeah.
and it's like everything that's going on in the media right now with algorithms, with Facebook, with social media. Wendy thought about it way back in like 2006, and she wrote 3 books about it, and the newest one came out last year. And they have all the answers about like they talk about what's going on right now, and so she goes on to talk about maybe some ideas about what we should do. And I just every day I'm so exhausted by looking at everybody talk about these things without Wendy's sort of like the way that she frames the whole debate. I think is so much more useful than all these people saying bullshit all day on Twitter. So,
How are you?
well, I just wanted to know if like we could start a podcast book club or something and like read one paragraph and then talk about it and then read another paragraph and talk about it. I don't know who want like you could be in the book club. I don't know who else would be in the book club. I asked my friend Ellis Hamburger who works at Snapchat. I said, "Would you want to be on this?" He said he'll be on it once or something, but not every time.
Mm-hmm.
Because he saw that I was reading Wendy, and he bought the book because he was like, "Wow, if Ryan likes it, I mean, it must be really good." He bought it, started reading it, and he's like, "This is too dense. I can't read
Yeah.
this." Everybody thinks it's too dense, and it is dense. That's what I understand. That I feel sympathy for anybody who tries to read it and is like, feels like, okay, this is going nowhere. I get it. So that's why I feel like we need to make a podcast.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Should I just do it on this show? Just
um
do a series, start a series of the book club?
probably unless you
All
want to
right.
start a
Well,
separate one.
not really. Just because like I don't want to sign out.
Yeah.
It's more like I don't want to sign out and enter another password. So maybe, or we could start a new one. But who else do you think would be? Who else do you think would be a good person to talk about Wendy?
Um
And who would read it? Read one paragraph a week, or one chapter a week. Sorry, the chapters are pretty small too. Pretty easy. I was just gonna say, like reading her newest book, Updating to Remain the Same. Habitual New Media.
yeah, I don't really know who else would actually be willing to read it.
God damn. Well, if you're out there, I know we told you to stop listening at this point. If you're listening and you like Wendy, you want to talk about her on a podcast, please contact me, and we'll start doing it. I'm gonna look for somebody to do this. I want by this time next week. I want Ep 1 to come out.
That's probably doable.
What do you think I should call it? series.
Um,
Wendy Chun. The Wendy Chun fan club. All right. I'm just going to go.
I'm trying to think of a name. Like, let's have a real Chun time. Um, Chun. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to work on that.
I think I'm probably just going to call it the Wendy Chun fan club or something.
The Wendy Chun discussion hour.
Yeah, something like that.
Some that, I mean, maybe we can get Wendy Chun on the show.
That's kind of the goal, but I would guess that she wouldn't want to be on the show if in the same history of the podcast there's this episode where we talk about cat fucking.
She might. I mean, I don't think. I mean, we have good
I doubt
intentions,
it,
I
but
think.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who have good intentions and nobody's forgiving them. I think Mark Zuckerberg has good intentions. I think Hitler had good intentions.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really comment on that. I can't really say that.
I mean, he did. He thought he was creating a pure human race. He was like, this is what we should do. I figured it all out. Why isn't everybody listening to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Race and Review on iTunes.
We already did that part. There.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.